my disc jockey. Matter of fact, this my party, this is awesome. I said it 2 times, no I didn't since I started. So here's in the banks, tell me who's your father. Go half on a kid, make you the mother. It might be written in the stars, I get my way with words. We could take it to the car, I'll let you name the verb. Second thought slid through, I'ma burn rubber. Real lover, other half is a... It's dark season, only pop out for a reason. Show face if it's then I'm cheesing. If not, get a check by my demon. It's dark season, yeah. Only pop out for a reason. Show face if it's then I'm cheesing. If not, get a check by my demon.
Let's meet the starting lineup for Minnesota. At point guard, Mike Conley. And now, introducing your Charlotte starting lineup.
And Clark, the playoff just around the corner. How many teams do you think have a legit shot to win it all?
Well, when you talk about championship teams, I think there's 5 or 6 teams that have the ingredients to win 16 games. There is a component of luck and health that goes into that. You got to be top flight to go the distance.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves. Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at point guard. The 3 from Ball. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Miller, the pass to Williams. Ball outside. Second chance effort. Williams finds Ball. Chalk up 2 there.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Edwards can't hit. The Hornets have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Bridges. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Clark, you look at the scoring ability of Miles Bridges. Most nights, he feels like he has an advantage.
And I would agree with that. When you think about defenders trying to slow down Miles Bridges, most guys are either too slow or not strong enough to deal with him. As a result, he's able to make it tough for just about anybody who guards him.
Now here's Ball. A proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Edwards for 3. Williams grabs the board. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Three-pointer, Bridges. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Here's Ball. It's blocked by Gobert.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Edwards. Miller pulls it in.
Boy, that is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers that thing home.
1 second left. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. It's a tie game in Charlotte. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Taking a look at the Hornets' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
LaMelo Ball is out there with Smith. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Seth Curry. And it's Diabate in at the power forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. And from what we've seen so far in his career, Anthony Edwards wants to be that guy in crunch time, Clark.
Yeah, I love his mentality. Not only that he wants to be the guy, but he also wants to elevate his teammates. And he plays the game with an exuberance and a joy and a freshness that is, you know, quite good to see. But I like his attack mentality and his willingness to step into leading his team by example at both ends of the floor.
Curry's shot is off.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Edwards can't hit.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Now here's Ball. He has 6. Shoots over Miller. Deflected. Here's Edwards. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Edwards has got 9.
Well, that's an extremely hard shot to defend if Edwards can master the pull-up. Watch out now. It would be a real weapon for him.
So Charlotte going with almost an entire new group here. Mark Williams, he's checked in for Nurkic. Bridges comes in for Diabate. Green's checked in for Curry. And Brandon Miller subbed in for Ball. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Miller. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for Edwards. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Ball, he's checked in for Charlotte. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Anthony Edwards is checked in for McDaniels. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. The shot by Conley, no good.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Ball no good.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Edwards against Williams. Outside Edwards. It'll count. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Hornets. They lead by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drumline. And measuring up the shot. Oh, yeah.
You look at the Timberwolves, they've come up a little short of expectations. The talent is unquestioned, but their focus has been wavering.
And guys, the Charlotte Hornets are in an even game.
I like what they're doing. Playing with physicality, they've worked hard to gain the edge in areas like...
Appreciate you joining us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up, Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, B.A. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play, trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. Miller. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Miller's got 5 now.
Determined to get through and finish. Miller already with flair in his first year.
Oh, got that one up quick.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
The Hornets with a lead. And how about the Aussie Josh Green? An athletic wing. He's become a real threat from outside.
And I like that he's added that to his game because he gives you all the intangibles. He's a physical presence. He's an excellent defender. He moves well without the ball. When he's knocking down threes, it takes him to another level as an offensive player. He's got a chance to be a really special player going forward.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. B.A.?
Business as usual, Al. Thanks. Randle, good.
Yeah, a shot that Randle has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
There's the 3. Ooh, nice shot by Miller. Miller's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams misses. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. And that one's good from Conley.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Here's Ball. He has 6. Looking to get back on track. That one goes. Count it. Ball's got 8. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. It's the Hornets leading. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it, and does it well.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Green out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Hornets 5. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Charlotte trailing. Down low. Good work defensively by Randall.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Conley's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Back to Green. From the baseline. Not enough on that one as it misses. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 4th quarter. Conley finds Edwards. Minnesota again missing.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Bridges. And it's good!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Randall, the pass to Conley. Oh, he buries it from outside!
Somebody's lit a fire under Mike Conley.
Here's Ball. This possession could decide the game.
And you really have to be smart with the ball here.
Yes, sir! Ball hits a triple.
Boy, I love Ball's competitive spirit. Baskets like this prove this guy's future is on the rise.
Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
That's exactly how you win a rebound battle. Get good position and then use your strength to hold on to that position.
From deep, Conley misses the 3. For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. And so the big win by Charlotte in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these...
Scratch my Yannick, it's ironic. Slamming haters like Onyx. Lunatics to the day I died. I run more game than the Bulls and Sonics. Going down, down, baby. Street in the rain. Come on. Boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, go. Listen to it now. Does it to me now. Going down, down, baby. Street in the rain. Boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, go. Listen to it now. You say pretty boys ain't be wild, loud, okay, corralled in a spout in a West to Memphis, from Texas back up to Indiana, Chi-Town, KC, Motown to Alabama, LA, New York Yankee to Hotland, Louisiana, getting paid off this country grammar. In Savannah, blow 30 mil like I'm Hammer, going down, down, baby. Street in the rain, come on, boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go, shimmy, shimmy, go. Listen to it now. Pass it to me now. Going down, down, baby. Go street in the rain, boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go, shimmy, shimmy, go. Listen to it now. I'ma show these cats how to make these millions. So you quit acting silly, monkey. It quicker than Billy, man. Talking really not needed, man. Flows I get them freely, man. Especially I man. Keys to my beamer, man. Holler at Beanie, man. See me, man. Rolling deeper than any man. Do Jenny's, man. Through you city, back up the Kingsland with nice shice. And they try when they produce and sell the same be twice. All over close. From close to having focus.
Let's make this.
How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
And now Washington's starting group. We've got George. Jordan Poole is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Sarr in at the center filling out the middle. The three from Poole. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And Poole is such a tough and dynamic three-point shooter. He's comfortable firing from anywhere.
I tell you what, Brent, this Jordan Poole is one confident player.
Yeah, his mindset, though, Kevin, has to shift to being more consistent. So we've seen these outbursts in scoring from Jordan Poole. But really, you want to have a more reliable player in what he does both offensively and defensively. Hopefully he finds it. Bridges showing off his athleticism. He's able to get in there at full speed and still score.
Saw the pass to Poole. No good on the triple. Bridges kicks to Brunson. And he finishes nicely on the way.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Pass to Sarr. For three, Middleton off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Poole with the steal. Koulibaly with it. He's against Bridges. George with no one around. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And it's Brunson missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from him.
Close the alley-oop. Takes it inside. Rebound, Washington. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Yeah, they wound up with a lot of foul trouble, but that's on them. The officials were calling it tight, and they never really adjusted. They kept committing.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Wizards out front. They're up by 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played. But if they're shooting it well from the three-point line, that's got to be a welcome sight.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
So the Wizards 5 right now. George is out there at home. Then there's Smart. Then it's Corey Kispert. And it's Carrington in at the 2-guard spot. OG Anunoby's checked in for New York. Change for the Wizards. Champagne's checked in, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
And New York making a change here. Towns is checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Bays checked in for George.
And a talented swingman. Bridges is someone to keep an eye on as he continues to round out his game.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Stars checked in for the Wizards. Chris Middleton comes in for Sadiq Bey. And it's Smart with the ball for Washington. And he gets it to go.
And that's an error by the D. You can't give someone like Smart that kind of position inside.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. And New York making a change here. Brunson's checked in. Washington's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Poole, the pass to Sarr. No good on the 3. Knicks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Bridges misses.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Pass to George. Shoots the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And that's now 6 points for George.
Feeling more and more comfortable in this offense. That's just Chris Middleton making a play.
And it's Brunson missing. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards lead by 3. Right now, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Marcus. Looking at...
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome to
Their shooting percentage is awful. They would have been better off rolling out Ernie.
That's where you're wrong. I wouldn't miss a shot because I wouldn't be able to get one off. And now we get to check out the top performer. And that about wraps it up.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Towns. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Man, that one's deep, showing you Brunson's got some confidence in the stroke here.
You know, Brett, the Wizards had a very tough 23-24 campaign, didn't they?
Very difficult for everybody, their fans, their ownership, and their coaching staff, which changed last year. Just 15 wins, a record low for a very prideful Washington franchise. Their offense struggled, their defense was 28th. On the bright side, a lot of minutes went to their younger players, so it's going to be another year of development in Washington.
On deep, Brunson with another miss.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. His tonight has been high.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
The 15-footer, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Towns has got the lead up to 2 now for the Knicks.
Knicks lead 18-16.
Poole bounce pass. Stolen by Brunson. Washington with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
To the paint. Bridges with the steal. And here's the fast break. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Yes, that goes in. Brunson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, OG not an elite playmaker, but let's face it, if it's open, you got to move it. That time, getting the assist.
That was your Knicks sitting answer.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Poole, the pass to George. And again, Washington, no good. The Knicks leading by 4. Brunson off the dribble. Banked in off the glass. Brunson's got 9.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Out to the wing. Here's Sarr. Just 3 on the clock. That's good from Poole on the assist by Sarr. 5 points in the game.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Knicks up by 4. We'll take a quick break, then. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So the Wizards 5 right now. They've got Jordan Poole. George is out there with Sarr. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Middleton as the 3. A small forward.
Using that length, Anunoby got into position, and the defense did all they could, but they ended up fouling it.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
No adjustments made by the other team, and they couldn't defend against the speed of this group. They've been running over them in this one.
Man, scoring off a turnover is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
And if you watch Poole enough, you're really going to appreciate that he can get it done in so many ways on the offensive end. You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Yeah, he gets that one, but really been a struggle for him with his shot all game. He needs to improve his shooting if they're going to keep this lead.
And Poole gets it to go.
Well, that three-point stroke of Jordan Poole, that's really come a long way.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Oh, he went for the two-hander on the slam.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Pass to Middleton. To the middle. And Sarr throws it down.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
1:12 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Brunson. Towns kicks to Anunoby. Over Middleton. Anunoby, no good. Wizards have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Here's Brunson. Towns finds Brunson.
It counts. Oh, huge moment from J.B. Brunson knocking it down.
Poole up top. Brunson covering. The 3 from George. They get it back. Sarr. Middleton for 3. No good that time. The critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Ken.
7-second difference. Shot in game clock. Here's Towns. Good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Brian Keefe talked to his team during the break. The coach told his players, hey, they're feeling the pressure over there. Keep pressing. Keep fighting. They're starting to crack. Well, let's get this game even. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble again.
He hits the first one, and then will put them up by 2. And he is unable to get the second one.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Nope. Every opportunity here have to have flawless execution.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Josh Hart.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Middleton looking it over. Here's Shaw. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finishes. They continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home.
Let's celebrate. Put a beat, don't do the back and forth. Pull up for days. Rockin' purple jeans, I can't take that boy serious. I got crosses on my pants. Be real just to give St. Laurent all on my back. I put on my acting like that. Knowing they know I ain't serving me at the door. I'm on my rap. Talking crazy, quit. Get scared of. Don't know if I'm forming that part. Feel like walking flock, cause I just got the in here.
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, ayy. Okay. I got $5, it's a holiday. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, ayy. Okay. We gon' bring those sparklers out, time to celebrate. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, ayy. Okay. I got $5, it's a holiday. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, ayy. Okay. We gon' bring those sparklers out, time to celebrate.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. These teams have talent up and down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
And now the Indiana Pacers starters. Neesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Halliburton and Emhart, the 1 and the 2. And it's Turner in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Williamson, a real weapon on offense, averaging around 24 and a half a game. Goes back up, gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Well, there's nothing you can do when Zion is at the rim like that. Impossible to move it.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5. Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
Well, a risky pass there. And if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Turner, and that one hits the back iron. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
The Pelicans have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Oh, he packs it down!
That is incredible. Well, we'll never get tired of those dunks from Zion.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's McConnell. In his last outing, 10 points for him. And here's Toppin from the arc. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. And the call will be against Benedict Mathurin. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. McConnell knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Matherin. Here's Alvarado. Knocks down the long J.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
The first quarter concludes, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Pelicans?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball...
Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh. Williamson is putting together a great performance, really hunting his shot.
Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Here's Jones. Matherin with some nice D. Pacers trail by 11. Walker for three. Hits the trifecta.
You can't sleep on this rookie from beyond the arc. Maybe not Walker's strength, but he will hurt you from deep.
Rumbling in.
Wow!
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. And here they come. Here's Williamson. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. Well, this is where Zion can be so deadly. He gets a bit of space, and he can take advantage of it.
Alvarado, the pass to Williamson. From downtown, Walker pulls down the board. Pacers trail by 12. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The three, Matherin. Drains the triple. Matherin's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
He's got that guard quickness. Matherin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
Pass to Williamson. Fires for three. Oh, another miss by Williamson. Toppin outside. Fires the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And so it's New Orleans leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. Back to the game after this break.
Welcome, everyone. Is there anyone in this league more fun to watch than Zion? He's been on a tear tonight.
Zion has been electric out there. The size, the strength, the athleticism on full display here.
And it's time now for the... Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It has been a clinic out there by Zion Williamson.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Oh, a big slam!
Oh, my gosh. The athleticism.
He has such an impressive night for Zion. He has the ability.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
Well, Coach, Zion is always must-see TV when he plays. It's his availability that is questioned.
Yeah, it is, Brian, but he's been healthier. And when he plays, there's nobody like him in the NBA with that size, skill, and force. Yeah, you have to really appreciate Williamson's fire and tenacity on the court. Players like him get everyone to increase their intensity.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter here.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
Put your hands together. That was your Pelicans Tickets team.
36 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Murray. Pass to Messi. And here's Williamson. Ooh, Zion with a show of strength on the finish.
Well, that contact does nothing to Zion. He's just way too strong.
Siakam for three. Williams grabs the board. Drives to the hoop. Wow, physical 2 points from Zion.
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate, exactly when his team needs it.
And so it's New Orleans with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large? And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Zion Williamson out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Murray. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Messi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Pelicans 5. Siakam against Williamson. Shoots over Siakam. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Williamson's got 24 points.
Yeah, I know how hard Zion's worked on improving that jump shot. It's been a focus for him. They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
The three is up. They grab their own miss. To the paint. Second shot opportunity. Here's Messi. And another shot. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 5. Neesmith passes to DeMarc. Siakam for three. He drops it from range.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Pass to Williamson. Ooh, Zion with the flush.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Here's Williamson. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the fourth.
And the shooter had to have Turner's block numbers in his head. Miles is a rejection machine.
Halliburton finds Siakam. Siakam missing again. And an intentional foul right there.
Personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for New Orleans, Messi. 2 shots.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
He's looking for a quick bucket here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
And it's Williamson with the ball for the Pelicans. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall. In transition, here come the Pacers. Here's Halliburton. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for your Pelicans.
Good on the first. And that puts him up 5.
Taking 2 shots.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. For 3. Oh, he buried the 3.
Here's my question. Where is the defensive communication?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
Personal foul. 15 foul.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker.
Taking 2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
And a 3 would tie it up. If they have to make one extra pass to get a better shot, they probably have just enough time to do that.
3-pointer, Halliburton. And buries it from deep. Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied. And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. And there's the triple! A big 3-pointer!
2 minutes to review.
Look at this one. They initially thought he didn't get it off, but it was awfully tough to tell. What a moment this is here. They may go from winners to losers just like that. After looking it over, the officials have confirmed the basket will not count. We are headed for overtime. It didn't. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Halliburton and Emhart, the 1 and the 2. Neesmith and Siakam are the forwards. And it's Turner in at the 5 spot. New Orleans is shooting 52% from the floor so far.
Excellent work inside from Williamson. This is why he's so aggressive down there.
To take the lead. Halliburton, no good.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Indiana on offense. Trailing by 2. Pass to Siakam. Launches it. That shot off the mark. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
First team foul.
And the Pelicans with possession here. Murray, no good.
And the game has come down to this. They need a score or you can practically call it quits. Big time bucket to put them in front. Now they've got to put everything into their D and come up with a big stop.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on on the same wavelength there.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Nembhard. They get it back, and we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Siakam. McCollum pulls it in.
Let's make some noise!
No good from three-point range. And so the big win by Indiana in a tight game. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch, but in overtime, they took control.
NBA, I don't...
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Al.
Like chiropractic, if that do you dirty, we'll in detergent. Now hurry, go on to the altar. I know you ain't but remember what I taught you. Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart, hey, keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart, man. These girls are smart, 3 stacks. These girls are smart. Play your part, play your part.
The choosing lover never.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports. Bringing it to Greg. It doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
Both teams have a lot on the line in this contest. Seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances.
And the Clippers starting 5. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the 7.
Well, just nice to see the time spent in the gym by Chris Dunn coming to fruition on that jumper.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, Doris, no one has a bigger effect on a game than this great two-way player.
There's no question, Kevin, because of his length and savvy on the defensive end. He can swallow up individual offensive matchups. He's that good defensively. And then you think to his transition on the offensive end, from a player who was a standstill shooter to now who you can run your offense through.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. Now, Coach told me the key is to stay disciplined on defense, especially when guarding James Harden. He said James is special offensively. He's a master at manipulating defenses and drawing fouls. So, of course, they don't want to give him easy points at the foul line. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard, no luck.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Siakam passes to Nesmith. To the inside. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Woo-hoo, the leaping ability of Norman Powell. Throw it down, sir.
There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Siakam for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. And this group reaching a major milestone this season, notching their 50th win in their last game.
Hey, you love to ensure a winning season, and most NBA teams, even great ones, consider this a major accomplishment.
Halliburton for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. There's the steal. Here's Siakam. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Benedict Mathurin. Toppin is out there with Walker. It's T.J. McConnell, and it's Halliburton in at the 2 guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And it's Halliburton missing. Los Angeles leading by 8. Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
Now, here's Walker. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Three-pointer. And Halliburton gets it to go on the assist from Mathurin. Halliburton's got himself on the board with 3 there. Coffee passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Zubac's always around the rim. You love the quick strike there.
Mathurin for 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Simmons slaps it in.
That's where you get the ball to Ben Simmons, right at the rim. He's got size and athleticism. Look out.
Pacers trail by 11. And a wide open look for Mathurin. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Bogdanovich kicks to Jones. Pass to Coffee. Back to Simmons. Here's Jones. Simmons' shot is good. Simmons got 4 this quarter.
Well, this is exactly where Ben Simmons looks to become assertive. The closer he is to the cup, the more dangerous he is. Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Well, right now for Indiana, last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I love their...
And that is our...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the center position. Harden outside. From outside the arc, the Pacers pull it in.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Clippers leading by 11. Nobody near Leonard. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. There's a minute left to play in the 3rd. Here's Nesmith. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Nesmith has got 5 points so far. Over to the left wing. Here's Dunn. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Siakam outside. A 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game. Down low, here's Leonard. Kicks it out to Harden. And the 3 off target. Pacers trail by 14. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Hands it from downtown. 3. Dunn's got 5 points now in the quarter. 5 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Halliburton for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles, feeling good about their 17. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle.
Hey, it's all about who's more.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. And it's Nesmith in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Halliburton for 3. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. Halliburton's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Indiana. It's Powell with the drive. Here's Dunn. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pacers trail by 14. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Harden.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
It's Powell on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Harden. A 3-ball. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 17.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Los Angeles.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Leonard.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
And the Pacers call time here. They trail by 16. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been dialed in from the field, Kevin. Good on over 60% of his attempts. They've been working the ball around well, and he's benefited with a lot of open looks. And boy, has he made the most of them.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. And so he hits both. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And a wide open look for Walker. That's good. It's McConnell with the assist. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Leonard missing. Pass to McConnell. A 3 from Leonard. Can't connect. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's check it. All right, DA, thanks again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Brent, we're deep into the season now. Who do you see as the favorite to win it all?
Well, tough, BA, to do any predicting at this point. You want to see the matchups and how those things play out. But, man, there are some elite teams right now that are salivating at the opportunity to compete come playoff time.
Now Washington starting 5. Sarr out there with George. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Jordan Poole. And it's Koulibaly in at the shooting guard position. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Fires in the triple.
Well, the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
With the Bradley Beal trade, Washington made it clear they were going in a new direction, Brent.
Yeah, it felt like the Wizards were stuck in the Delaware just a little bit. They won 34 or 35 games for 3 straight seasons, and trading away Bradley Beal was an admittance to, hey, we've got to start over, we've got to do something to get some younger players in here on the roster and give us some flexibility. The future is now for the Washington Wizards.
Gilgeous-Alexander. That free throw misses. He's established himself as an MVP candidate. But what is the ceiling of SGA in your mind, Brent?
Well, if he's there now, is that good enough, BA? I mean, this guy has a chance to win an MVP award in the next 6 or 7 years and is going to be considered that caliber of player for that stretch. That's pretty awesome. He can put up big numbers, which is more impressive.
Now here's George. The open shot by Middleton. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Middleton only takes a second to get that shot off. Such a good catch-and-shoot game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. Poole against Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Poole, takes the 3, and the Wizards with another 3.
You can tell Poole trusts himself completely, gets the ball, and he immediately takes that shot.
He got a piece of it, and he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Washington shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Carrington. Picked it out of midair. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Yep, that one goes.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. First one falls for him.
And if you watch Poole enough, you're really going to appreciate that he can get it done in so many ways on the offensive end.
Inside. Oh, George with a steal. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Poole outside. Here's Champagny. Some room here for George. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, let's quickly break down the game and what we've seen so far from the Wizards, guys.
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Aaron Wiggins out there with Williams. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Cason Wallace. And it's Caruso in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going in the second. Here's Carrington, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game.
Getting the ball and taking his shot, Smart makes it look almost effortless.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, D.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Here's George, and the layup is good off the glass. George has gotten his first basket of the night.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here. Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Carrington. 4-3. It's not going to go for him. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's Washington. They lead by 8. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage.
Okay, so now let's talk about that. And that's it for half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Checking out the group for Brian Keefe to start the second half. We've got Bilal Coulibaly, George out there with Sarr. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Poole in at the point. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Hey, guys. The Wizards' #2 overall pick, Alex Sarr, wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
A big piece. Okay, Shams, thank you. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way that he's working, he's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
Caruso, he's checked in for Holmgren. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
VA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. But on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8 points now. That one's good for 2.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
Poole against Gilgeous-Alexander. Poole floating in for the slam. He's electric.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, he settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that. Now, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. George outside. Pass to Poole. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. And a miss there on the triple. Thunder trail by 6. Here's Caruso. Rebound by Middleton.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Boom! He jammed it straight down.
And Poole's vision developing right in front of us.
The Thunder have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by the Wizards.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
It's Poole on the wing. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Washington up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's mostly due to their And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Poole outside. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in the game is add more time to the clock.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Well, that's a shot right there. He's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
To the inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Wizards.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, BA, you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And they add to the win column, their 19th victory this year.
And with this victory, they managed to avoid the embarrassment of getting totally swept in this season series.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jordan Poole.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Here are the Wizards now with the ball. 9-point game. Shots good by Sarr.
And they came in here with some attitude, and they brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Personal foul. First team foul.
That free throw no good.
Washington. Sarr at the line for 2.
Second free throw no good. And he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
So we see the Wizards get the win here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And time now to introduce our player of the game.